You have to realize if God is saying, I need you to serve in this area, you must say, well, Lord, I don't feel like that's where I need to be. But if it's the Spirit of God, he will show you. And watch this. It might take a period of time, because I took a period of time before I really just said, I did everything else. But what he really wanted me to do, I can't do that, Lord. My head is not geared in such a way like other people. And that's what we do. We always size ourselves according to somebody else. But if God has chosen you to do a specific job, he will train you, he will groom you for that specific purpose. Now, every one of us have a gift. Some of us don't even know what our gifts are. There's a natural gift and there's a spiritual gift. What blends with a spiritual gift is a heart that is full with love. Because God didn't have to do what he did if he didn't have a heart or a spirit of love. That he made himself flesh like us so that he could connect with us. Did y'all get that? God manifested himself in flesh and came to earth and was born like we were born, so that there could be a connection between God and us. Are y'all hearing me? So Jesus has come to give us everything that we need to be effective for God in a troublesome world. And I see it very clearly in this particular passage. Paul ran from God because, well, he was raised in a spiritual Christian place, a home, but he always thought the Christians were somebody alien. He thought they were enemies. And Paul tried his best to kill or to wipe out all of the Christians. And how many of us have cussed Christians before we got saved? They're always coming around talking that Jesus talk. They're always talking that love talk. Some of you are just as guilty as Paul was. Well, I want you to know, when God desires and wants you to serve him, he will deal with you in such a way that will just blow your mind. There will be many tests. There will be many situations. There will be many situations that you will go through, and you will wonder, well, what in the world? Why is this happening to me? You will fight it. You will push it away. You will push it aside for years. And you ought to thank God that he kept you alive. So when the time did come, you had some strength and some head to carry out the work. Did y'all get that? So we can fight if God is calling us, but there has to be a base. There has to be something in you that has a heart. Nehemiah could not do what he did if he didn't have a heart. Yes, he was taken away from Jerusalem when he was young, put in a palace, raised among richness, all kinds of luxury. But there was a heart in Nehemiah. So when he heard and seen that his home place was in trouble, and watch this, Nehemiah was not a preacher. He was not a banker. He was a young man who allowed God to touch his heart. There was something in him that desired to do something when he heard that there was trouble in his homeland. Now, how